Fact that the first change that takes place is in your mind. You have to change your mind before you change the way you live and the way you move. So when we said that the revolution will not be televised, we were saying that that the thing that's going to change people is something that no one will ever be able to capture on film.
As I grow older and learn more, I begin to unlearn things as well. My thoughts and my beliefs are always constantly evolving, but what I find funny is that a lot of the common sense, or call it what it is, propaganda, that we were all taught as kids is not as beneficial as you would initially believe. If you're a parent trying to raise a kid, a lot of the times when you give them a lesson, you're speaking from the perspective of somebody who has already adopted the lesson and absorbed it. Or even worse, you just regurgitated what you were always told growing up. And it's not even something that you actually believe, but it's something you know you should be telling them. And that's exactly where the problem lies. As the elder in this case, you're going to speak from the perspective of been there, done that. But what you are doing is teaching your child or your student a backwards lesson. A lesson is learned by the message being explained after the results already happened. And lessons only stick when there's true understanding behind it. If you tell somebody to do something but they don't understand why they should do it, they'll never find resonance in it. They'll never understand it. It will never truly stick. And because of this, they just think it's some goody two-shoe bullshit. It means nothing to them. You need to understand that resonance is the biggest component of learning, because while you want someone to believe in what you tell them, they have to experience it for themselves, just like you had to experience it for yourself. So if we do this, what would this lead to? Well, it will lead to us failing way more than usual. We may find ourselves overreacting, being too passive, being underprepared, being disappointed, and etc. And as a parent, teacher, or even friend, you don't want that person to fail. I mean, why would you? Plus, it doesn't feel good on your end either. You might even feel that you're a failure if you let them fail. But it's necessary. A lot of the morals and principles that we were taught were done in good faith, but it does nothing for our true betterment. It is meant for safety. It is meant to keep us docile and in line. It is meant to keep us stable, stagnant, and predictable, because we don't teach kids or students how to react in real time. But what we do is give them a preconceived decision, a behavior, and an action to take in these moments, so that way they can bypass the learning process, bypass the hard part. But again, what you're doing is stunting their growth, because knowing what to do is one thing, but knowing why you do it is another. The best way I could put it is one of my favorite analogies. You give a man a fish, he eats for a day. You teach a man how to fish, he eats for a lifetime. And that's exactly what I love to do. You know, that was actually going to be the initial name of this channel, but instead I chose to make it my TikTok and Instagram handle. And the reason why I love this is because it encapsulates my philosophy. Because I don't want to just give you the finished product. I want to give you the formula and explain how we got to the finish line. I want to explain why this ingredient works with this ingredient, and explain why does this happen when that happens. People need to understand the why. And once people experience the why, they'll know how to fish too. So, how would this relate to being a good person? Well, being a good person is what you were told to do. It's what you were told to be. And even your idea of what a good person is was told to you as well. But it's not an original thought. You were taught to have manners and be kind to everybody. And while I don't fully disagree with this approach, by doing this, you are effectively trying to skip this person's evolution in their consciousness journey. You see, two people can say thank you to you and they could feel totally different. One is a programmed thank you, almost like a reflex or a tick. The other one, when they say thank you, you can genuinely feel that they're appreciative of your effort. And this genuineness is something that projects and resonates with you way stronger and has a lasting effect on your being. Because when you're not genuine in your actions and intentions, it denies the existence of your humanity. You are effectively teaching yourself that it's okay to not listen to yourself. And this has a domino effect on your entire being. Because now if you make a point to do something, every part of your being is not going to believe in what you say. You spent your whole life doing things that you don't genuinely want to do and pushing your true desires to the side. So why would any part of yourself believe that you're going to actually fulfill one of your desires now? Matter of fact, why would you even believe your own self? You see, if people were more genuine, the world would look like a completely different place. It would lead to more positive experiences, but it would lead to a lot more negative experiences too. And this is where people freeze up. You see, since we grow up being so disingenuous, we avoid a lot of conflict. But that doesn't mean the energy goes away. It begins to manifest elsewhere and take form as passive aggressiveness, resentment, illness, and random emotional outbursts. You are scared of how others might perceive you and how they might react if you were to be honest with them. But you not being genuine, not being real with yourself and others, is literally killing you from the inside out. You may feel that you won't be able to handle the emotion of being vulnerable and real in the moment. You feel like your ego might die. But the risk to reward is a gamble that nobody should be putting any bets on. There's actually no reward in this case at all. It's only temporary. This resistance is why you don't manifest precisely. You being a good person equals to you not being connected to your emotions. You being a good person is equal to not being authentic and genuine. You being a good person is equal to you keeping yourself comfortable. And all three of these things are necessary to manifestation. You say you want a higher quality of life. You say you want to be happy. You say you want to be more confident. You say you want to love yourself. But how can you effectively express your confidence, your love for yourself, your admiration for yourself, your ambition, without sounding cocky, without sounding arrogant, without sounding selfish? You can't. You can't. And if you don't want to be perceived in this way, then be a good person. But if you want to manifest, don't be a good person. But please understand, this is not a green light to be foul or rude, but it is a green light to be authentic. One of my favorite books, The Courage to be Disliked, the author says, is that you are disliked by someone. It is proof that you are exercising your freedom and living in freedom, and a sign that you are living in accordance with your own principles. Even the classic saying, nice guys finish last, encapsulates this perfectly. You see, a nice guy would only finish last if their persona is manufactured. If they just do what they're told without actually feeling that way, they will finish last. All actions that you do need to be genuine. If you are disingenuous, you'll begin to attract people misunderstanding you, and even people lacking trust in you, because there is disharmony in your being. You say one thing on the surface, but your energy says something else, and people can pick up on that. So you have to be a real person. Plus, what constitutes a good person anyway? I mean, there's no piece of documentation or literature that we can look at truthfully and effectively and measure our morality. So therefore, don't try to be a good person. Try to be you. One of the most powerful ways to attract anything is to be authentic. But you see, in life, we have duality. So as strong as you are a magnet, you are just as strong as a repellent. The most polarizing figures are the most authentic as well. It's not a coincidence. So who cares if some people don't like you? Because if you are being yourself, you'll have the same amount of people, if not way more, who love you and adore you. So choose to focus on the latter. Jay-Z said it best on So Appalled. Dark night feeling, die and be a hero, or live long enough to see yourself become a villain. I went from the favorite to the most hated. But would you rather be underpaid or overrated? Moral victories is for minor league coaches. You gotta ask yourself, do you really want what you want? And if you do, are you willing to accept everything that comes with it? Even if it means more criticism, more slander, and more disrespect from the naysayers? It's a choice everyone who wants success has to make. Being yourself is the only true gift that you have, because it is the only gift that it was exclusively given to you. So share it with others and let humanity be changed by your presence. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.
I'd like to make you stay. I'd that like it you don't know how.